Rooted in resilience, inspired by nature, powered by movement. The podcasts where healing meets empowerment. Let's rise and thrive together. And now, here are your hosts, Scott and Melissa.
Hey, everybody. We just wanted to pop in and let you know about our Sedona Soul Retreat coming up in June of 2026, June 2nd through the 6th in Sedona, Arizona. Where we're going to have it at?
The Briar Patch.
Briar
This
Patch.
beautiful, it's just this amazing little nugget.
Yeah.
In Sedona where you think the big red rocks, which you'll see those, of course. But then there's this little sanctuary of green. And one of my dear beings that just shared with me this morning that they will be attending, looked it up and was like, oh, that's my place.
Yeah.
They just like felt the connection, and it's very spiritual energy there. And we're excited for holding space for all of us to be in that frequency, that vibration.
It's right on Oak Creek, and we were down there just a few weeks ago checking it out to ensure it was the right fit for our folks. And we are excited about this retreat. It's our second retreat, and we're on our way to selling out. So please check it out at Vital Edge Wellness Coaching Wellness Retreats. You'll see it vitalwellnesscoaching.com, wellness retreats, and sign up. Bring a friend. There's plenty of room. If you'd like double occupancy, you can come down, and we have private cottages and a lodge setting. So that's it.
It's exciting.
Enjoy the podcast.
Yeah, we'll see you there.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Rise and Thrive, a podcast by Vital Edge Wellness Coaching. My name is Scott Sadler. I'm here with my friend Melissa Hedstrom. And today we're going to be talking about the difference between rest and numbing out. I do both, mostly rest these days, but we'll get into all that after Melissa helps get us centered. Center us all.
I was going to say something about you introducing me as your friend. I was like, nice. not host or co-host. It's okay.
Co-host and friend?
And host, yes.
Co-friend.
We're here today. So let's take a moment and breathe. So wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, stop doing it. All right. Welcome to close your eyes or keep them open. If they are open, try to just have a soft gaze at something not too entertaining right now. And then let that big sigh come through where you feel your diaphragm, that area below the rib cage, press down into the belly when you inhale. So feel it push down into the belly a little bit. And then let it go. Relax your jaw and soften your tongue. And for just this moment, eyes closed or that soft gaze, don't have to look around. Just what do you hear? Any sounds in your immediate space, even any sounds outside your space. And then let your attention now, having given your body and yourself an awareness of those sounds, let your attention turn inward to hear, possibly hear, but definitely feel the sensation of your body breathing in and out. I'll be quiet for about a minute. I'd like each of us, just to focus on that sensation inside, possibly a little bit of sound of your own breath as you inhale and exhale. Now, in those few moments, if you noticed you were thinking about a couple other things, it's going to connect with today when we talk about numbing out and resting, the difference. So just be aware if you drifted off a bit, bring yourself back. Let's take that nice big sigh again where you feel that area below your rib cage, gently press down into the belly as you inhale. And then let it out again. You're welcome to open your eyes if they're closed.
Nice rest.
Thank you. So, you want me to begin?
Sure.
Or what do you want to say?
Well, in our show prep,
Right.
I was considering how much I rest versus numb out. And, I've been gone for a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the East Coast and the Midwest for some leadership trainings that I was putting on. And I recognized that after 8 hours of presenting, I go numb out, leading to rest. And I think that's a healthy numb out, because I don't think numbing out is necessarily bad, but when it becomes your only way, it can be bad. And I think I have this period where I just have to go be and whatever, do. I like to go have an appetizer and have a beer and just sit at the bar by myself and have no conversation. And to me, that's a form of numbing out after being on and giving away energy all day long. And then after that, I rest. I mean, I go deep because I'm ready to rest. But I couldn't go from that to rest. I need that little bridge.
Well, what comes to mind for me is, first of all, is right now, our listeners and each of us, well, that means all of us, just bear with me today. We each, just like with our previous episode we did, that was you choose, I choose. We have to define what it is, what rest means to us versus numbing out. Because I want to say that I think a lot of our people in the world today think that their numbing out is resting.
I agree.
And what is numbing out? So I think for the sake of today's episode, numbing out, when I heard you explain that with my lens of reference, to go sit at the bar and enjoy an appetizer and, some alcohol, I understand. To me is different than doing something that continues to drain you. To me, that wasn't necessarily numbing out. That was you like coming off of escalation of providing and then needing time to just. And so me, for a definition of numbing out, is doing something that might feel good in the moment, but it's actually draining you even more.
Yeah.
And so, but most of us keep doing that because we get a little bit of a feel good from it.
But if I sat at the bar for hours.
Right. If it turned into that, I could see that be numbing. But the way you described it to me was like, oh, I totally get it. You can't go from here to here. So I could see that. And so I think just clarifying that, I would then say in my mind, if you stayed at the bar all night till 1 a.m.
Yeah, right.
Right. That would be numbing out. And so we each have that opportunity to kind of define. So I think that's where we got to start for each of us right now as you're listening. If you were to define that for yourself, do you do one or the other or both? And how do you experience that? So of course we'd love to hear from you because we can interact a little bit, even though you're just listening to us right now. But,
well, I think that social media, right? Let's just get it off the top. I know we're both.
You could probably, I was alluding to that. Well, and something I, often teach to my beings. And it'll be funny because I'll get intuitive hits while I'm teaching. And then my clients will say to me later, how did you know I was so distracted, or I was not thinking of this, or I was thinking, Melissa, come on, hurry up. Like you're too slow today or whatever. And something that I like to just share and hold space for people to realize is that life is boring and we're not used to that. Like watching a tree, watching the sun in the shadows, that's slow. And in our world, as you alluded to, like talking about social media, that's kind of that instant. We get used to that interaction that when we step away into life again, we're bored and we think that's
Natural rhythm.
it's too slow. I get agitated and literally it's not you just simply saying, oh, it's so boring, or I don't know what to do with myself. It's actually your body, your nervous system signaling to you that you're starting to realize your body thinks this is normal to be that constant feed. And in actuality, that is draining you and constant agitation. But because of the little tiny bit of dopamine hit we get from that, we keep doing it. We get sucked into it. That's why you shared with me the other day that, wasn't it, scrolling's now like the number one addiction?
Number one addiction over alcohol.
Over alcohol.
Yeah.
So thinking about that, that when you feel agitated about like taking a break, or like when you said, I go deep, I go into rest. That's because you and I, personally, I can share because we've talked about our practices. We've practiced just enjoying nature, enjoying just doing nothing, enjoying just holding a cup of tea. And for many, they got to be doing something at the same time because it's nothing against you. It's just our culture has gotten like multitask. And so when we put all that down and we choose to just be, we feel almost agitated. We feel wired, right? And so your body doesn't like, how could this be rest? And in actuality, it takes some time. And I'm going to hand it over to you because recently Scott has said he's going to take a little break from the scrolling, from not that you scroll a lot, but it's still there. It's still, before you know it, it's in your hand again because it's such a habit. Again, that turns into just, and he's taking a break from it. And what did you say? It took you a couple days or what? And realized, and then it started to be like,
I don't miss it now. But I was telling Melissa, I stayed on LinkedIn only. I dropped Instagram and Facebook for a month or no longer. We'll see. But it's interesting because I go into LinkedIn because I do a lot of work there and I network a lot there.
Mm-hmm.
And, but I'll go into LinkedIn and I'll close it and my thumb goes right looking for the next social media icon.
The next hit.
It goes to the next icon. I'll find it. And I'm like, what are you doing?
The next distraction.
It's so habitual to go to all three. And so I thought that was very interesting. And I haven't missed anything about Facebook or Instagram. Personally, I haven't missed a thing. I heard someone talking on a podcast the other day. I thought it was kind of interesting. And she said that she takes these social media breaks and she immediately feels lonely 2 or 3 days in. I thought, I didn't feel that, but I understand what she means. Because suddenly you're not connected to whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like I've got nieces and family that I don't get to see. That I get
so
to follow.
You think you're connected just by seeing them in their lives,
and
or what they're posting.
That's our connection because we don't get to see each other. But I've got another friend, a very good friend, one of my closest friends, who deleted all of it like 5 years ago and has never looked back. And I think about how talented he is. He's got a lot of hobbies. He's got a lot of interests. And he doesn't have this distraction of scrolling taking away from his interests. And he can be fully present with those interests. And I think that social media is changing our brains.
Yeah. Oh, it is. Well, scientifically proven already.
Exactly.
So I want to include social media, but I also want you to fill in the blank while we're talking. You might know what it is that you utilize to kind of numb out. And
TV.
Yeah, TV. Yeah, whatever is
alcohol.
Yeah, it could be the big heavy hitters, but I know even one of my dear beings, we discussed just curling up with a good book, even though on the outside that looks great. But when we started to uncover that it was avoidance of these other things, then we realized, it is a little bit of numbing out. Just like you sitting in the bar at first call, it could be like, that's not numbing out. But then when it continues, and so that's what I want each of us to think about right now, because the first step to supporting our bodies and coming into more balance is why we're talking about it, is you have to be aware, because most of us aren't even aware we're spending 20, 30, 60 minutes, 2 hours. And then we complain. This is what I love it. I love humans. I just don't have time. I wish there's more time in the day. I need so many more hours to get all this. And then I have one other dear being, and it's so funny. Well, same being I was discussing about. because of their profession, they've had to and a couple of my others have done this too, because depending on how they bill by the minute right, they have exactly what they're doing all the time. And even back in my corporate business days, I remember trying to be more efficient and trying to check what am I doing all day. And that was quite a while ago. That was before social media scrolling. So it's interesting to see if we would just be, for a moment, honest with ourselves. Where is our time going? And I think about your friend, like you said, all the hobbies and the talents and the
things that bring him joy.
Yeah. And I think about just even Scott mentioning he's reducing his, Instagram time. It's kind of inspired me to continue to do that as well. Just notice that I'm picking it up more because I know you're doing it. So it's right, it brought more awareness to how often am I picking up and clicking on that square, and just because I'll use it for just a little break moment. If I've been busy with people back to back and I've had classes, it's I think I'm using it as a positive thing, but it's a choice, right? If I choose to do that, or if I choose to, my new thing is I do 10 squats between my appointments, or go potty, or fill up my tea.
Or step outside.
Well, yeah, step outside, especially when it starts looking like that. Sun is out. And how that could be actually more rebooting and more after what we want, because nervous system gets to recalibrate, we get replenished. And so just even talking about this today, it helps you be like, oh, okay, what do I do when I have a moment? Instead of picking up my phone, can I, do the things that I mentioned, step outside or do a couple squats? I have one client right now, because I know it's a busy time right now. So doing this between files, just to open up and breathe and get the circulation going. We all could do that. And it's versus the 10 minutes I could sit there and just think I'm connecting with the world.
And really you're escaping.
Right. I'm just kind of the numbing out. And so I want to come back to your gal the gal you listened to that said she felt lonely at first. I would, I often support clients to do this, to lessen that and to realize how much time starts to show up. So I have a thought here, because you got to give it space and let yourself get bored. Because most people will say they don't have time to do anything. And then when they start to shift their time, it's almost like a deer in the headlight. I don't know what to do. But then they were just telling me they wanted to do all these things and do all these things. But there is a transition from the chemistry in your body that has been activated with whatever you were numbing out with, screens, whatever, that you have to come off of it. So there is withdrawal. This is not just fluffy talk right now. You actually go through withdrawals, physical, emotional, mental. And just like that gal said, the first couple days lonely, right?
Like my thumb.
Well, and just like you said, it took a couple days, and then you start to realize freedom comes. This lightness to your shoulders, the ideas, the creativity starts to come back. I mean, that's what we're finding in kids, right? They can't memorize anymore. They get bored instantly. They get agitated, and they don't know how to use words. Many, the younger ones especially. So what do we see? Tantrums. When you take that device away, I've seen kids complete meltdown, and the parent gets upset. The kid doesn't know you took away this stimulus, and then they're wired, right? They don't know how to and so it comes out emotionally, and then we get upset at the kids.
Yeah, record number of ADHD and ADD and diagnoses, which we then treat with pills, and which leads to other levels of numbing out. And numbing out disconnects us from stress temporarily, but it doesn't help the body recover, and the body never forgets. And so it helps you avoid those feelings, but it doesn't help you reset your nervous system. And that's the difference. Taking that break from presenting all day and having some jalapeno poppers and a beer.
Let's not discuss nutritional
yummy
right now.
Don't get me started.
Well, don't get me started on nutrition right now. Different topic, different day right now.
That's my little treat to myself.
Mm-hmm.
That is not as resetting my nervous system, right? That is just letting go of what I was doing all day. But the after effect, going into my hotel and getting on my yoga mat and meditating, that's where the nervous system starts getting reset. And then I sleep really well. But if I don't do that step in between, I'm still wired and tired. Yeah. So, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I was just saying, and that says, we've talked a little bit in some of our past podcasts about, your nervous system. What is it? You got to get to know it. And that's that wiring underneath, how you feel safe, how you feel grounded. And if you're exposing your wiring to constant feedback, constant multitasking, constant agitation, it's going to take a bit to help it reground.
It's hard. It can be hard to turn those things off. And we're talking about social media a lot because it's so relevant and it is the number one addiction. But
it's challenging. It's challenging when, we have to learn to have a relationship with it. So I think because that's how we communicate a lot. That's
balance,
right?
Yeah.
So what I guess we're exposing all of ourselves together today is check in with yourself. What is that numbing and resting balance for you? And we're here to support you, as ourselves included, to continue to show up because it is so hard. At the same time, right, you take that one little step and that one action that kind of my monthly guidance in my yoga classes for this month is to pick that one tangible, consistent behavior that you're going to just commit to. And, we already talked about some of them, outside. Go outside.
Go outside, even if it's rainy.
Oh, yes. Well, I mentioned being sunny just a moment ago, but then my brain was like, I like it when it's rainy too. It's been windy lately, so it's been pretty awesome to listen to the wind. And like I said, like we were talking about, slow yourself down to where it's okay to be bored. And it's actually a good sign if you're feeling agitated and a little bored, doing something different.
You're adjusting.
You're helping your body reset. So I'll often say in yoga classes, I'm like, I feel some of you. And like some of you are like saying right now, come on, Melissa, let's
get it done.
Let's get it done. And I was like, I'm doing this. I'm purposely holding you in this space and slowing you down, giving you this support to help your body feel in a safe space to slow down and recalibrate and reconnect. So going outside is one of my favorites. After yoga this morning, took Bailey for an extra long walk out there. And, she's got a sniff her P-mails. That's a new little, see, again, we get funny memes too. So it's kind of a balance. I like my funny memes, but I let her just pause and sniff. I didn't rush the walk. And I'm like, just being. So stepping outside is one of my favorite. What's your?
Oh, it's right there. You know me. I love being outdoors.
Yeah, you go every morning
I do.
out to the trees.
I have to be outdoors every morning, and I think it's what you find works for you. Start with 5 minutes. Start with not scrolling start with not scrolling for an hour. Right, give yourself an hour break from social media. Yeah. So tonight, when you finish your day, you might ask, do I need a distraction right now, or do I actually need rest? And listen to your body. And that's all we can ask of you to do. And come to our retreat. We'll talk more about this in June in Sedona.
And hold you. Oops.
Yeah, we'll hold space for you.
Space so you can.
You'll have friends there that support you on this journey.
Decompress.
So June 2nd through 6th in Sedona, Arizona. Go to our website for more. And
just a couple spots.
Yep, just a couple spots left, and it's coming up soon. And we appreciate y'all. Like us, comment, share, and we'll see you next time on Rise and Thrive. It's good to see y'all, or be with you all. I don't see anyone but you. And take care of each other, and don't forget to take care of yourself. And we'll see you next time on Rise and Thrive.
Rise and Thrive. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thanks for tuning in to Rise and Thrive, a podcast by Vital Age Wellness Coaching. If you found this episode meaningful, please rate, review, and share it with someone who might need it. For upcoming retreats and to join the Vital Edge Wellness community, head to vitaledgewellnesscoaching.com. Let's rise and thrive together.